Yeah. Full trigger. Full trigger. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back to Ironclad RC. It has arrived. All right, the Castle Creations XLX2. Okay, Hydra for the RC boat world. Okay, we're gonna unbox this bad boy, take a close look at it, kind of do some weights, you know, go over connector choice for the speed control, bullet choice, do kind of a comparison between a couple different speed controls, size wise. Gonna kind of go over what I'm gonna use the speed control for, and just kind of take a close look at it, you know. So stick around, you guys. It's the new Castle Creations Hydra Big B with Ironclad RC. The XLX2 has been a game changer for the go fast guys on the ground for a while now. I mean, complete game changer, you guys. Auxiliary functionality, 3 to 8S LiPo, water cooled, 20 amp peak BEC, Castle Link tuning, and data logging. All right, it weighs 363 grams and takes a minimum of an 8mm bullet. All right, so let's open it up. Let's check it out. So pretty basic packaging, nothing fancy, you know what I mean? So we're gonna open it up here. Okay, we've got our XLX2 quick start guide, the Hydra. Okay, we'll probably look at that here in a minute. Stickers and a Castle Link adapter free, or a B-Link Bluetooth adapter for 40 bucks. Okay, so you can program, get in there and program and tune your ESC. All right, okay, so in the box you got the speed control, of course, and it looks like you got a couple of extra nipples. Now these are aluminum. They're aluminum nipples. I've already checked. All right, so let's take a look at the speed control. Okay, this is recommended for boats up to 50 inches. Okay, you got a full aluminum case, black anodized. All right, with grind marks all the way around, gives it a nice accent. You guys see that? Okay, give you a shot at the bottom real quick. Overpowering RC since 1997. All right, cryo drive, waterproof, smart sense. Okay, you've got an 8mm bullet for the motor input. Okay, 8mm bullets minimum. All right, you've got water nipples coming out the top of the speed control. Okay, so they've actually sent a couple of extra water nipples. Like I said, these are aluminum, so they're actually loose here. You might want to make sure you tighten them down when you get it, you know, make sure they're tight. And you can see the difference in size. You guys see the difference there? So if you're running an extra large 4mm inside, 8mm outside diameter cooling line, you're definitely going to have to put the optional water nipples on. Okay, these are a little small. That would be good for like a stock cooling, you know, from Powerboat or TFL or something. So if you actually wanted to run a brass nipple on here, or an elbow, like a 90-degree nipple, you can. Okay, you have that option. It's threaded. All right, common thread. Okay, you got 8-gauge positive and negative wires coming out the top of the speed control with a status LED light. You can see on the chipboard right there. The chipboard is conformal coated, it looks like, some sort. The positive and negative wires, if I had to guess, about 6 inches long. Okay, you can actually replace them with longer or shorter wires if needed. Okay, you could solder them up. You got your RX harness right here. This can be pulled off and plugged back in. Not sure what this guy here is for. So here's the wiring configuration: positive, negative, then you got a waterproof switch and an auxiliary wire and an RX wire. Okay, now these wires are really long. Okay, I would say about 1.5 feet long, you know, maybe 15 inches, 16 inches long. All right, on these wires. Okay, then your on-off switch is rather short wired. Okay, waterproof. All right, it's actually pretty heavy for its size, you know, but not too heavy. You know what I mean? This speed control, it's gonna have a lot of freaking power, you guys. Like extreme power. Okay, it's pulling I mean, I've heard guys pulling 600 amps with this speed control on certain motors. I'm going to be running mine with this TP Power 4060 in my Blackjack 42. Okay, this is a 1900 kV TP Power motor. All right, I've never had an ESC that's been up to the task. Okay, with this motor right here, I've blown two Max 6s. And a Spectrum 160 with this motor. Okay, I've never had a speed control that's been up to the task, and it's about freaking time we got a speed control for the RC boat world that will power some of these bigger, like higher kV, like power hungry motors, you know. So while I've got these two speed controls out, I'm gonna give you guys a shot of them next to the Hydra. Okay, so you guys can compare them and just kind of get an idea of how big this speed control is compared to a Max 6. Okay, this is a Max 6. All right, basically the same thing as this Firma 160. Okay, I'll give you guys a shot of the Firma with it. All right, give you guys a quick shot of the ZTW 200, which is about the same size, double the power. Okay, maybe even triple the power of this ZTW 200. All right, basically the same size. You guys see that? All right, now the nice thing, like I said about this Hydra, is the cooling is coming out the top. Okay, the cooling's coming out the top of the speed control. All right, whereas the ZTW or most other RC boat speed controls, the cooling comes out the sides. Okay, so like I said, you're going to be able to fit this thing into a tight place. If you're planning on getting this Hydra, okay, if you're planning on getting the Hydra, you got to make sure your motor's up to the freaking task. Like this Hobby Star 4074, this Hydra, it would smoke that motor. It would smoke the windings right out of the damn motor. Okay, like that. Hell, this is a 6S capable motor. We could probably smoke this motor right here on 4S with this speed control. I'm not even joking, boys. I'm not even joking. So I'm actually gonna run this in my Blackjack 42. Like I said, I cracked my 42, so I got a new one on the way. Okay. I might throw this Spectrum motor on at first. Okay, till I get my boat tuned in, and then we'll throw this guy right here on it. Okay, so we'll see what the Hydra does with the stock motor. All right, let's talk about connectors for the Hydra here. Okay, I've always run a EC5. This is a SC5, XT90, all the same thing basically. They'll only flow up to 150 amps. Okay, so if you're getting this speed control, you're going to need to upgrade your connectors. Okay, I went with a QS8 connector. I've already started soldering on to my batteries. I got a dozen sets. Okay, and right now they're actually on sale at OSC. Okay, I got a dozen sets. All right, these connectors are much larger, will flow a lot more current than these guys right here. You cannot use an EC5 XT90 with the Castle. Okay, this XLX2 Hydra. You cannot do it. It'll probably heat your wires up till it basically melts your connector. Okay, or you just won't get the performance that you're looking for with the smaller connector. Okay, so I'm actually upgrading all my connectors on my batteries, my big ESCs, you know, 275 plus speed controls to the QS8. Okay, so you're definitely going to need this. All right, or a 6.5 polarized Castle Creations bullet, 6.5 or better. Okay, go with an 8mm bullet for the motor. Okay, that's basically what you got to use, an 8mm Castle bullet, which is what I got here. All right, I'm going to start off slow with this bad boy. Probably start off on 6S and work my way up, get the boat tuned in. When you're putting this speed control in your boat, okay, you've got to do everything possible to make sure your boat is tuned and running at its best. You know, this thing's going to have a lot of power keeping your boat on the water with this much power, that's going to be the hard part, okay? Oh, break boats, you're going to crack boats at 50 plus miles per hour, 80 plus, 100 mile an hour. It happens. So if you're planning on putting this in your boat, you need to be on your A game. I'm telling you, okay? I'm going to be running SMC batteries, okay? I've got to be on my freaking A game. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. Hopefully this answered some of your questions you may have about this speed control. We're going to be getting it into 42 here shortly. Man, I'm excited about it, you guys, because the options for a 200 plus amp, 300 amp speed control for the RC boat world, it's very few and far between. You either had to go with like a ZTW 2 or 300, a Flyer 240 or 300, a TFL 300, you know, or the Swordfish speed controls. This has data logging. I mean, this thing's going to be a game changer. And you know what I would really love to see from Castle is a 4S speed control. You know, for some of our smaller boats like the Blackjack 24, you know, some of the 20 to 26 inch catamarans, you know, like a small compact 6S speed control like the Castle X, you know, or like a micro for some of our really small boats, like 16, 17 inch boats, like the little micro crawler ESC they have. That would be freaking amazing. You know, it would be awesome to start seeing some marine motors from Castle. But I'm super stoked to have it for the channel. I'm super stoked to bring you guys this offering from Castle. Thank you guys for watching. I hope it kind of answered some of your questions, you know, size wise compared to some other speed controls, what you may need for your speed control to get you going. You know, you're definitely going to need the B-Link, the Castle link to do the programming. I don't think it's programmable via beeps or anything like that. It's all like firmware. Okay, so thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully we'll get this thing in a boat here shortly. See you next time. Big B with Ironclad RC.